Very good evening, all. We have Abilasha ma'am with us today to give us an orientation on POSH, prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. I think most of you would have heard that in many organizations and even in the corporates, there's a separate committee with the majority of women handling these kind of issues. And I've had some exposure in relation to this when I was working for a corporate company where some clients used to come and speak to me about such things which happened to them. And there was the HR, a woman HR was member of the committee to whom I would use to escalate such cases to. So I would like you also to get some new insights and information from Abilasha ma'am today. Yes, ma'am, I give it over to you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Good evening, all. So happy to see you all for today's session, and we are going to talk about POSH. It's a little familiar word like for prevention of sexual harassment, and this act is actually exclusively implemented for women employees to have a safe and respectful work environment. So let's discuss more about this. So this act was started up in 2013, and as I said, it is for sexual harassment of women, especially at workplace. So workplace is considered as everything, offsite and onsite. Everything will be into consideration. So it is mandatory for all workplaces with 10 or more employees. So it is not about a small organization, big organization. Only these people should have this act. It's not like that. If an organization is having 10 or plus employees on the whole, not across the gender, so that company should have this POSH Act. So this includes forming an internal complaints committee. So they will be having a IC team. We will look into that in detail. And the Act provides a framework for women to file complaints and seek remedies. So this Act is especially encouraged, no, encourage women to be bold and come out and give the complaint for the harassment she has faced in the workplace. So there should not be any hesitation. So that's why the team is everybody will not go to the police station immediately, so they cannot get help from outsiders. So this IC team will be there always for them to help. So who are all will be covered under this act? So the act covers all women employees, including those who are permanent, temporary, contractual, or part-time. So even the employee is for part-time or full-time, whatever, even on contract, and also for public and private sector. So there is no consideration or no, there is no exceptions for this. Each and every employee will come under this act. And the non-traditional workplaces and places visited by employees for work. So here what they are explaining is, if an employee is traveling to on-site for the job assigned by their employer, and there if she faces any harassment by the third party or the colleagues, whatever it may be, then that also will be considered as POSH, under the POSH Act. For example, if organization is no arranged for an event in a resort or in outside a restaurant, wherever it may be, and there if she come across any harassment problem, then also she can raise for come and approach this IC team under POSH Act. So how will a harassed no, the person who has aggrieved, here they have mentioned it as aggrieved woman, that means the person who has been faced the situation can complain, file a complaint with the internal committee. She can anytime go and approach after the incident. They have given 3 months time for the till the incident has happened. So it can be within the 3 months duration. She can anytime visit the team and file a complaint about the incident. And in few exceptional cases, if the reason is very valid, the time given is extended to plus 3 more months. So the main thing is ICT will receive the complaints and they will maintain confidentiality. So that is very important because female employee, first she needs trust. She has already gone through something which cannot be shared, maybe with her family members also. So she comes in trust with this IC team. So this team is first thumb line is to maintain the confidentiality of the case. Constitutes of sexual harassment. So, to our knowledge, I think sexual harassment means what we will think is it is a physical touch, related to some physical touch. But here, what they are saying is it doesn't mean only the physical touch, even the way they see will also be considered. That is, verbal and non-verbal approach will also be considered as harassment, like physical conduct, verbal remarks, non-verbal gestures, digital or online harassment, like sending inappropriate photos, videos, messages also, a repeated unwanted attention, like it doesn't mean that it should be a manager or colleague, whoever it may be. If they stare at the person in inappropriate way, if they pass jokes, even though it is they feel that it is jokes, just a joke. If you go and ask them, they may say that it was just a joke. But if the employee is that female employee is not feeling comfortable, she can genuinely go and approach the IC team. Yes, ma'am. Everything. So even not only prawn messages, I would say that even if without her permission, no, if she is not comfortable and you force her to talk with you, uh, to build a conversation personally, then it comes under harassment according to the act. So, like unwelcome touch, sexually colored jokes, staring or leering, sharing inappropriate messages like images, demanding favors in exchange for benefits. If you do this, you will get this. If you want this, you have to do this. Both the ways will come under this. So, only thing is the employee should be very bold enough and should be aware of this act. So one person, if she is aware of this act, should feel comfortable and go straight and register their complaint. So here we will see how the IC team is formed actually. So, I said already, 10 or more employees will, if it is there in the organization, then ICT must be formed. It's a rule. So, who will be there in the IC team? Presiding officer, one presiding officer, that person will be the senior level female employee of that organization. It is the first rule. And two more employees will be there, and they will be chosen by the organize within the organization, and they may be men or women. That is not a problem. And it is preferable to select person with legal knowledge. Little legal knowledge is considered to be a preference. And one external member, a person with a from a non-governmental organization, as we say as NGO, familiar with issues of sexual harassment. This person should be an outside person. Why? Because there should not be any um, biased cases like in arguments. No, nobody should be favored to the one person, because there will be two person. One is the person who is raising the complaint, and the other person will be the respondent. So here the IC team should not be biased to either person. So for that case, they will have one external member, and this person should be an NGO, and with the familiar experience. He or she should have experienced any sexual harassment cases before joining this ICT. So overall, uh, we can add on people in this, but it should be 50 percentage of the team should be female employees. That is one consideration. If anybody feels like difficult to follow, please let me know. If you can if you want to ask something, you can ask in between. So how does this IC team work? Awareness and training is very important for whatever act we follow. First thing I believe is it must be, the surrounding should be aware of that. uh, Something is happening like this, they should know about it. So there is no big deal without knowing any, without the awareness. Even the act is so important and very, efficient, easy to approach, but the awareness is not there, means it is completely waste. So here what they are doing is conduct awareness program for all employees and provide training for both employees and ICC members.
So
Yes, ma'am.
one thing which I want to share is that I feel very happy that as counselors, we have a very important role to play here. So, to provide awareness training for employees in regard to this, they need a facilitator who will most of the time be a counselor. So, I've been part of these kind of programs in corporate, which had many branches. So that's how I started traveling, and these awareness programs would be at different levels. Even people doing black collar jobs, white collar jobs, whatever. No, so to provide these kind of sessions, first it is very important for professionals like us to keep ourselves updated about what it is and to learn more about it before we are spreading this information to people. And we have a very important role in training people on how they can make an approach and what are all their what are they entitled to. We have certain entitlements which sometimes we are not aware of, or which is not even brought to our notice. So to bring that to awareness of people that they can seek help when they are facing this kind of a challenge is something very important. And as trained counselors, sometimes gives us happiness that we're playing a very important role in helping people who are in a kind of suffocation. This is what I am able to see from my own experience. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So we have two roles, ma'am. Before, no, it's an awareness creation, and post, if something has happened, then also that person will need a counselor to share and get consoled or healed. So we are there in both the ends. Yes. So it is the training provided for both ICC members, what they have to do, and for employees also, how important this IC team is. So everything should be clear and transparent, so that each and everybody will have to use it. It is not only that this awareness will create again two impacts. One, the lady employee will have the idea of how to approach the team. The other one, the male employee will also be alert. So this is very important, our company is considering this, because when once a claim complaint is filed, he will also face the impact. So both the ways, it is awareness is more important. So reporting an action, like how other departments work, this IC team will also have an annual report file submitting to their employers, and with the number of complaints received, disposed of, and any pending cases, like how we tally everything. So what are the incoming cases, how many are resolved, and how many are still pending, and why are they pending, everything. So everything will be reported, and if it is solved, what was the result, what was the like what taken action taken, like if the allegations are proven, which may include warnings, penalties, and terminations according to the severity and the company norms, it will be considered. So everything will be filed. So actually, POSH Act is civil nature. So the Act mandates the formation of internal committee or local committee to hear complaints and conduct inquiries. So this IC team has a full power of the civil court. How the civil court is worked, that the same power this team will also have. So these committees are granted the power of civil court to gather evidence and summon witness, and their inquiries follow principles of natural justice. So whatever the nature of justice the person should get will be given by this IC team, and the procedure, all the procedures will be followed as per the civil code. The act itself does not provide for penalties like imprisonment. It is not designed as a criminal statute, because this will not give for any imprisonment. So what will be the penalties is like fine, transfer, dismiss. Like this, they will be having some um, rules and regulations in their books. So according to that, they will consider it. That's why it is POSH is under the civil nature. So when that it will change as criminal law. So the POSH Act and criminal law are not mutually exclusive. They are two different separated ways. If the behavior described in the POSH complaint also meets the criteria for crime under the Indian Penal Code, like when this changes as a criminal law is, yes, any sexual assault, molestation, criminal intimidation, whenever it comes, it goes beyond the civil nature, then it will come under the criminal law. So if you can think that IC team will change into criminal law means no. So there will be two actions. One, first the case will be registered in POSH Act, that is by IC team, that will be in civil nature. Simultaneously, the case will be registered in the local police station under criminal law. So they also have their own rules. They will take the complaint as a verbal or non-verbal as a complaint, and they also collect the evidence. And again, they will also make inquiries, both the persons. So both the procedure will happen simultaneously. So civil matter would be handled by the internal or local committee. At the same time, the criminal investigation and prosecution would be handled by the police and the criminal courts. So here the imprisonment will also be applicable according to the severity. So here we should also know from where this POSH Act came from and how it was created. So it is a landmark judgment basis, the Vishaka case. I have just given a very brief, small gist here. If you want any detailed version, it is available in Google. You can, if you just type Vishaka case, it will give you the whole details. And I'll just explain what has happened and how this act was created. So Visakha and others versus State of Rajasthan in 1997 was the case name. So facts, this case arose from the gang rape of Banwari Devi. She was a social worker actually, and she used to prevent child marriage. That's how one time she attended one marriage, and she found that the girl was minor, and she did her procedure and stopped the marriage. So what has happened is, in no, like to take as a revenge, and there is something mentioned about the community also. I didn't bring it here actually. I would like to share that also. This lady Banwari Devi is a, you know, was a community of a pottery community, and the person whom she defended, I mean, claimed was a higher community. So it was like an ego clash. So how can a lady from this community come and stop my home marriage? This is what the thought was. And to take her as a revenge, they had attempted for gang rape, and she stood up for the case. She stood up for herself and for all women, and she fought for the justice. And later it was provided as Vishaka guidelines to protect the fundamental rights of each woman in their workplace. And for her it was her work. That's how she worked for. And also before that there was no rule for this. So from this where it has started, and these guidelines mandated the creation of compliance mechanism in every workplace. So because of her only we have got this POSH Act now, and in 2013 it was implemented accordingly as POSH Act with law and rules. So I have three case study examples here. First one is, I will just read it out. You can tell me how you feel and what could be the next step. An employee was initially on good terms with her new manager, but his behavior changed after he learned she was unmarried. He began sending her unwanted WhatsApp messages during odd hours, and the tone of the messages made her uncomfortable. So, what do you feel about this? Anybody can feel free to talk about it.
I encourage you guys to please speak. You can say whatever you feel like.
The manager is taking advantage of her marital status. She is single, so we can approach her. That manager is approaching her, which is not right. So, if she is in a corporate world, she can very well go and complain to the HR. That is what I feel.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, even though she is married or unmarried, both the places this behavior is not encouraged, and she has all rights to stand for her and meet this IC team and raise the complaint with the evidence. If, as it is mentioned, it's WhatsApp messages, we should keep it safe. Uh, we have to take the screenshots. No, sometimes in WhatsApp it will get deleted within 24 hours, 90 days. For that only I'm telling we have to collect the evidence. That's more important. So this person can stand for herself and get the, no, justice with the help of ICT.
I want to share something which I experienced in a workplace. Actually, there's a very senior person in that particular hospital when I was working in a hospital. He's one of the chief doctors, and he's a very old man. He must be close to 70. And so what he was doing is like whenever that time I was quite young and unmarried. So this person, whenever there is a case, whenever there is something related to Anything related to kind of sex education which he is providing for a couple, when it is a marital counseling, or whether it is a kind of sexual awareness counseling which he is providing for a couple. He's a psychiatrist, obviously. So whenever he used to do that, he used to always call me. He will call me in the intercom and he'll make me sit there so that I watch it, and he was getting deriving some happiness while I listen to what he's explaining. And he used to give me a lot of in the name of educating me on sexology, he used to give me many sexology related books, and he would ask me to read it and get back to him. So what I will do is, I will not want to keep it in my room for a long time, because whatever I need to know for that particular stage of my life, for my profession, I felt that is enough for me. I don't have to read more about Kama Sutra or whatever, whichever he gave me. So while he's dealing with some other cases, when I go into his cabin, we have this permission to get into the cabin for accessing case files of patients, or for some other things. So as to go and place it in the wherever his books were there, and I'll get back. So this man used to get offended when I do that, and he'll again call me in the intercom and said, "Have you finished reading so soon? So soon? There's so many books and so much of details. நீ வந்து இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணிட்ட." So like I kept my cool and I used to keep quiet for some time, thinking that this old phone about this old man is just like அவன் ஒரு லூசு. He's a psychiatrist, but still ஒரு வயசானவன் சரி என்னமோ பண்ணிட்டு போறான் அந்த மாதிரி. I used to leave. At one point what he did was, I was there inside the pharmacy. I was talking to the matron there, and this man had walked in at that time, and what he did was, he blew air on my back, to, like, kind of, no, you're using his mouth, he's like blowing air on my back. So I feel it on my back, and then like when I just turn back, it's him. I cannot slap him, I cannot scold him. Then what I did was, I just wished him, and then I got really annoyed, and that was the time when I went to the head. When I went to the head and I said that this chief doctor is doing this to me, what do you say about this? I did not allow that doctor to see any other client. Immediately, first thing, I went into the room. I went into the room. I said, he's doing this. What should I do? He told me, if he calls you next time for anything, even for writing case sheets, even if he's calling you, say that you will not come because you have some other work. Let him raise a query about it. If I'm not obliging to official work, he will obviously raise a query to the head. So he knows what I've done, what he has done, and what I have responded to whatever he has done to me. So that way, I think I was bold enough when I was only 22 or 23. I directly told him on the face, he's doing this, and you want me to come for work, or you want me to resign from work, is a question which I asked. After which he gave me these instructions, and from then I followed, and I never went into that man's room. When I see him outside, I'll wish him, I'll smile, and I'll walk away. Or something I felt I can share.
Yes, ma'am. I believe each and every working lady, no, would have one or once in a while at least they would have come across such situations. And what we are encouraging here to be is the boldness and awareness of these such acts. That's more important for nowadays. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, the second case study is a marketing trainee was sexually harassed by a distributor, a third party, not an employee, at his office while visiting for an official meeting. So, does it come under POSH or not? You can just discuss about this. What do you feel about this case? Anybody want to share about this?
Excuse me, ma'am, may I?
Yes, ma'am.
So I feel this incident comes under POSH because still the employee is working under the company, and I feel like the company is responsible for whatever happens to its employee, and officially the company have to take action on the distributor, like whomever caused the incident.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Yes. So as I said in few slides before, wherever it happens, no, that doesn't matter if it is inside the premises or outside the premises. That's okay if she is an employee and she has been harassed by someone at the time on duty, like on duty work, it will be considered as posh, sexual harassment. So she has all rights to go and reach the IC team and raise the complaint. Yes. And third one, an employee filed a written complaint under the POSH Act against the colleague, alleging sexual advances and inappropriate remarks. But here, the respondent, has denied the charges, asserting the complaint was motivated by the personal grudge. So, this is a case where a female employee has raised a complaint with IC team, but the person has no raised no denied the charges and telling that it was raised only due to the personal grudge. It was like a revenge. So, what do you feel about this case? What will happen? Any idea about this case?
Um, Hi, ma'am. This is Vidya here. I was observing what you're saying, but all these things we have seen on TV or something like that. We haven't experienced personally, and it is very deep and little frightening also. When Swati ma'am was sharing her personal experience, also, see, being a person so old also can be very vulgarity can be there. If I were in that such situation, I will be really very much scared. And ulta, I won't be trusting anyone at any cost, because on thinking itself it is very much terrifying. But here, when it comes here, when you're talking, so much things are there for the ladies to protect themselves or talk against it, what is really happening. But still, when such big people, they come and say for your purpose, uh, um, and they demean the woman even more badly. So because of this, women are not coming out of it in spite of having so many facilities being provided. So I myself don't know how to, when a person, as you said, we can have the recordings. And that person with the recording also, they can say that it is morphed. And now that AI is there, they will say she has created on AI also. So then to prove that AI also, we have to run around. We need to spend a lot. Whether we are financially equipped or emotionally supported, we do not know. And more than getting into it, when we, after complaining, getting into mentally stressed, and people talking 100 things about us, at that moment, what we will feel? Why too unnecessarily? Only that thing will happen. I myself had a question in my mind. Okay, fine, all these things are there, are they really doing it in practical? So I didn't wanted to interrupt you when you were talking. You are explaining it so beautifully, and it is a knowledge for me only. I didn't know about this POSH Act at all earlier. We just go to the HR department, but such and such a person is not okay for us. So please take care. That's what we, being in an education institution, touch wood, till date we haven't come across or spoken about something like that. Not personally, for others also we haven't heard. For the past 17 years I've been into this institution. Touch wood, thank God it is like this. So my question is also to you is that when such a denial is there, and the person is little powerful, and instead damage is causing more to that person, by complaining to, at that time, what can we do? Sorry, you wanted some answer to be clear. I'm asking you again a question. I'm really
No
very
issue.
sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Thanks for your suggestions, ma'am. Yes, I will come into that point. So here, actually, the IC team will take the inquiry. The how IC team is working is they will not deny any complaint. Any whatever the complaints they are receiving, their first step is to take the complaint into consideration. Later only they will talk with both the person, the complaint raised.
Sorry to interrupt. The IC team involves the counselor for further investigation. This is my experience. The IC
Hmm.
team referred a case to me, and because this is highly sensitive and confidential, where I was invited to a conference room to speak about the address that particular issue of whatever was happening. This is my own experience while I was working as a corporate counselor. And one remark which I want to give about that particular corporate institution is that, organization is that, the person who was in charge of the POSH committee there was playing a dual role. She was a HR, a female HR, as well as she's a member of the POSH committee. I somewhere feel that she did not, maybe she did not receive enough training and awareness in terms of how to handle the committee when something is brought in. So, what happened was she became anxious and she did not know how to handle it. She's again a youngster, someone in the 30s. So, she was not, maybe she has not prior experienced such things prior. When she came, she panicked, and it is my understanding. Why I'm saying this, because there was breach of confidentiality. She spoke about it to the manager of that particular department. That particular corporate had a BPO. They had their IT. They had people doing all sorts of jobs from housekeeping to whatever, no? And they have different branches also. So she made a breach of confidentiality, which you're not supposed to do, being a member of the committee. Don't take it out to members of the committee. You involve a
Yes.
counselor, it will be kept confidential. But you involve the manager of that particular BPO, and the problem was caused by the someone from the housekeeping department. So you go and talk to that HR also, and every it was all there out in the air. So it also depends on how the person takes it across. The person whom you raise a concern, how they take it across is also a question here. They're answerable tomorrow when something happens because of their breach of confidentiality. The person can no more maybe work there. Both are in like they become a gossip material. And I have this experience of a complaint being raised. They first ask, like ma'am explained, they'll make a note of what it is, whatever be it, they'll make a note of it and then address it and do some further investigation on it with the committee or with the counselor. And then the committee decides on what to do next, whether it is authentic or not, whatever.
Yes. Before moving, Rana ma'am, you can share your thoughts, ma'am.
Yeah, actually, I heard about this incident from my husband's office, and she's a person who recently joined about 3 to 4 months. She experienced from the manager or some higher people like this. But very openly, she told she don't want to raise any complaint about this. Just she wants to change the team because she don't want to leave the job or she don't want to raise anything because she's a first work experience she's getting. No, she's very scared about that. Very particularly, she told me that I don't want any raise any company. This has been addressed to my husband. He's in a senior position. The girl has been shifted to my husband's team after 2 months. So this also will happen, I think. So after hearing all this thing, even though
Yes.
they are facing all this issue, they don't want to leave the job. This girl said also they deciding what to be done. So that is also there.
Yes, yes. Getting back to this case now. So, as I said, IC team will take consideration of all the cases raised by each and every employee, or women employee especially. And what will happen is the inquiry will go, and when it is proven, and the justice will be given. So, when it is proven as a fake allegation, uh, the committee will take action on the women employee. So as Vidya ma'am said, it even if it is like going beyond, still the person is telling that it's a fake, and no doing something from with this with their power, then still this women employee can go and take all the evidence from the IC team and go to the local police station and file the case as criminal act. She can take the step again. So that is not a problem. It is not going to stop with the IC team. It is a team made as a facilitator for the women employees by the employer. So they can't do that. So in case if it is happening also, that's okay. The lady can take the next step. And as Rana ma'am said, uh, once the case is filed, once a case is filed, within 3 months, something or the other action will be taken up on that complaint. In that 3 months, if that employee is not comfortable with that workplace, she can take leave, paid leave. She can get transfer, and no she can still work in some other workplace or work from home. Now we have that option of work from home. It is not a compulsory that she should come to the office regularly as before. Till the allegation is proven, she can take this option. There is a consideration for that women employee given by the company. And yes, I think I have completed this case. So we have come to the end of this part. So I want each one of you to share something about this POSH Act, how it can be and how the changes can be made, or what do you feel about this POSH Act. So I have just given three questions, like what do you feel about this act? If you can change something to the act, what it could be? Do you think these cases will reduce in future? How and why? So I think before going to this questionnaire session, I would just would feel like telling something. Um, like POSH is the facility. No, this IC team is a facilitator for each and every employee. We can use it, but how can we stop this? Is the next question. Is an awareness of no? It comes under society awareness, and we have another one called the POXO. So many of you will be familiar with that. The explanation of POXO Act is protection of child, from sexual offensive act, POXO Act. So this is also similar to the sexual harassment, or harassment also we can say, like physical abuse, verbal abuse, sexual harassment, everything will come under this POXO Act. And who will be considered for this POXO Act is minors below 18, male, female, everybody will come under this POXO. POSH is exclusively for women employees, and this POXO is completely different, and this for every children for their safety. And in POXO also, um, it will be like it need not be within the children. It may be a elder one to child, and even the minor. It may be a minor or major. Both the sides, if the child is facing some harassment, it will be considered under POXO Act. So I just want to add on that POSH and POXO, the difference between them. So getting back to this,
Can I
May
ask you something? Okay, carry on, ma'am.
yes, yes, ma'am. I think Kamala Jain want to
yes,
ask.
ma'am. May I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
In the corporate setting, how about sexual discrimination or a color discrimination, wo- where does this come, ma'am? In which section, or how do we go about it? Such kind of
Yes,
discriminations.
yes, I understand your question. Like, if a person is, no, verbally insulted, or no, even just a joke. In that manner, if she's commented with her color, complexion, whatever it may be, if she is not comfortable, it can be still taken to the ICT.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Um, a small clarification. And this
Yes,
corporate, you're saying what is this? IC, right? IC
ICT.
team
Yes,
will be taking care of all this thing, and they have a protocol to follow to inquire about the problem has been addressed by the employees, right? Where the
yes, ma'am.
counselor will be giving awareness about this. What is that? All this thing, right? Separately, this will happen. Counselors will be separately doing this awareness program under this team.
Actually, ma'am, as we said, more than 10 employees organization will have this IC team. So
Okay.
this counseling team will be there according to the norms of the company. So it's not only the company, it can be a school, hospital, any organization, public or private, any organization, according to their rules, they will have a counselor in inside their team. In case if they're not having the counselors also, if they feel that that employee would need the support of counselor, they can recommend out from outside.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you mean to say the HR team and IC team are integrated ones, isn't it, ma'am?
HR team,
It can be,
it
may
depends.
not be.
Yes, ma'am. It depends on the company's norms. They may
Okay.
have separate two teams, or the both the same person can handle both the sides.
Both the sides. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
To Rana ma'am also, I wanted to share this that for people, when I used to come, when I was in Chennai, that's how I started coming to Coimbatore, because one of the branch of that corporate where we were associated with was in Coimbatore. So they used to, for this past sessions, they used to provide us with the kind of they used to provide us this flight facilities to just go address and then get back. So I used to go with my boss, who was a lady. So this ICT, I mean the team she was addressing, being a senior person, and to the other people, other sectors. There's so many employees whom we need to address. So like that work was given to me. So that way, I feel that as a team, when you're working, also we can uh, divide the work based on the experience of handling, and so such things, I think that is how the counseling unit comes into work, from my own experiences I'm sharing.
Even there also they will be having a session kind of things, or 2 3 sections for their well-being. If they really need support or help, they want to share something, they can come frequently to address.
They will come, ma'am. So for example, if for a particular employee, she to an example, she was sorry, I put on mute. So until they get that confidence that if like they come and address this particular issue to you, you will be able to help them out, and you'll keep it safe kind of feeling. When they're getting, they come and talk to you. So I know this person who came and spoke to me about this, and in the second session, she got the confidence to reveal this, that her senior is doing this to her, unwantedly asking her for she's a married woman with kids, he's also a married man with kids. So just calling her out for coffee, and then disturbing her at workplace, asking her to come to his cabin just for a chit chat. such things he was doing. So I didn't ask her to immediately go and raise a concern at the team. But what I told her was, my role was to empower her to help her own self by talking directly to the person. We don't have to uh, abuse anyone verbally. We don't have to behave in an aggressive way because you did this to me or you're troubling me or whatever. And I don't have to be keep quiet also. When we keep quiet, it is mistaken as you're okay with it. People mistake that, oh, she's okay with it. She didn't react anything. She did not show any expression of anger or anything. Maybe she's comfortable with it. People misunderstand it that way. So I was just telling her, talk politely, address very assertively to that whoever the person is, try it out and give me feedback. Third session, she told me that she addressed it and she gave me some feedback. And fourth session, she told me that he completely stopped doing that to her. This also is possible. Even after she tried, if he still continued to do it, I would have asked her to go and make a larger complaint in the committee. This is also there.
Yes, anybody else would like to share something?
May I, ma'am? In the
Yes, ma'am.
in the third case, we saw that the girl did the right thing, but the man can make it as a fake statement. In case, what if it is the ulta way? The girl is purposely doing something for that man. So how does that get proceeded?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, here in this case, it was like she was, her case was a fake complaint, and the IC team will find out that, and if the detailed evidence are proven that has filed a case as a fake, then she will be facing the consequences like termination and penalties, whatever it may be, according to the company's law, rule book.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So do they also have a different act like POSH Act for women? Do they have a different act for men?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Sadly, there's no committee for men like this. But when it comes to POXO, it is both for male children as well as the female children.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes. So I think I have shared my knowledge about this POSH Act. So thank you all for joining. If you want to share something, you can share. I'm done with this session.
Ma'am, you can go to the previous slide because I think most of us have not completed responding to it.
Yes,
It
yes, ma'am.
would be nice if my students can give a response, my counseling batch students.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please. What do you feel about it? You can say anything. We are in the process of learning. You can speak about your takeaway. What are you taking away from whatever Abilasha ma'am has spoken to us?
It's a very good thing that everybody can feel very safe wherever they go for work, and it's a very good act to be followed in future also. If can be changed, something means that should be have to come both the side. Even for a man also, it should be. Do you think this case will be reduced in future? I don't think it will be. It won't reduce. Maybe it can be addressed in more effective way than now. I can feel that only. It's a lot of information I gathered from this class. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Others?
Ma'am, I feel like this act is very much important, and I feel like everyone, whomever is working, or every female, have to be aware of the act, and also how the act functions, and the all the information that ma'am has said right now. And also, change in particular, I don't have any change, but I'm not aware of how effective the act is. Like, we all know like act like this exists, but we're not knowing if someone goes under this act, what is the justice they got, is the act really effective or not. Maybe when those information comes up again and becomes very prominent, I feel like still many women would come forward to raise a complaint, or they would say what they're facing actually.
Okay.
To me, Abilasha ma'am, I feel that I'm actually happy that beyond being a counselor, I always feel that we need to be well equipped with the legalities associated with the kind of cases we work. And because you brought some legal information today, and you've also done a course on it and equipped yourself in this particular area, where you're able to teach us the legalities and spread this information across. It was very informative for all of us, and we could also connect to what it was. And that way, I want to thank you for bringing this particular topic, because you shared
Thank
me
you.
in person. I came to know that you did this, and I felt that this would be very useful for my students as well. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
And you can tell me about your feedback about how you felt taking this class and listening to us.
Yes, ma'am. Before that,
Yeah, just
Amla
to
Jain has
add
shared
one
a
more thing,
message.
ma'am, since we didn't know about this, it's a good eye opener. And when somebody even try to do something nonsense, also we can at least warn them by this act. Before they start
Yes, ma'am.
thinking of doing something, beware of it. You will be in trouble, karke. We can at least warn them. Maybe everybody might not be so courageous enough or tricky enough. They will try, like to try. Okay, why not? Karke. But at least we can warn them. There are certain things which is very exclusive for women. So don't try. So be in your limits. Karke. At least we can warn. So thank you so much for such beautiful, wonderful information, ma'am. Thank you, really.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, like Amla Jain has shared a message. Thank you for enlightening us, Abhi ma'am, and I thank Swati ma'am for arranging such informative session. Thank you, ma'am. So, sharing about my experience about this session was like, yes, I attended the no this course and got the certificate, and I felt like this is more important as an awareness program. We should be taking through for all the employees, not only within our circle of like counselors or no school teachers. It should be like beyond the level. Each and every female employee should know about this, and even a male should know about this, like ma'am said. So there is something is happening, there is a law behind this, very organized manner they are handling this. So it does what I felt was like even a 10 minimum members can be no eligible for this act means. So in 10, 50% of the committee members will be female means what is that? So even for such a small organization also this is applicable. So if the awareness is that is missing, I believe. So I think I'm happy to share, and it was very interactive session. And thanks for to Swati ma'am for organizing and giving me an opportunity to share about this. Thank you, ma'am.